If you would like to learn about my small business, Luxie Hair Services, then stay tuned.
Hey y'all, I'm Destiny. I'm the owner of Luxie Hair Services, a mobile salon company out of Charlottesville, Virginia. And I started this company back in 2012 when I was advertising as Destiny Braids. So I started braiding my hair when I was 13. My dad, who at the time was a single dad, was like, I'm not gonna keep paying for you to get your hair done. Like, we just can't do it. That summer before I started ninth grade, I just sat with a mannequin doll and practiced until I could make something that resembled a cornrow. And then I started doing my own hair. So by the time school actually started, I was able to do kind of like cool designs and stuff. Kids asked me like who was doing my hair. And I was like, oh, I'm doing my own hair. And they're like, nuh-uh, and I was like, yeah, I'm braiding my own hair. Why would I lie about that? And so I started getting some of the kids from school. They would come to my dad's house and I would charge them like 20 bucks and they would get their hair braided. When I started college, I was braiding my own hair pretty regularly, but had not considered putting ads out yet. So I was doing my own braids and people would sometimes ask me who was doing my hair and they're like, oh well, can you do mine and whatever. So I would do people's hair occasionally, but it's still, I didn't have that like mindset that this could be a thing yet. So when I started UVA, I was working as a barista slash bartender slash line prep person, making sandwiches. I was just really sick of that job. Like, I knew that I was capable of so much more, and even though I was still in school, I was like, I need to be making more money. For being honest, I was a cam girl for a while, making money and kind of like marketing myself online in that way and I made some okay money as a cam girl, but that following year, I had moved back home. I had stopped taking classes at UVA. I was trying to figure my life out, and so I was back home and I was like, look, we need some money, girl. We gotta figure this out. So I was like, well, I'm gonna put an ad on Craigslist. Let's see if we can make some money off of these braids. And so when I first started advertising, I had no idea how to really do that much. It was like box braids, cornrows, crochet braids, kind of, and that was it. So this first woman that called me wanted micro braids. I didn't know how to do micro braids. So I was like, look, I don't know how to, I have no idea how to attach this. I can't help you. And so she was mad, but whatever, it's fine. I was like, well, I'm gonna teach myself how to do this like for real. So I just sat and practiced basically all of the styles. Like I looked on African braiding sites and I was looking at the different styles that they were doing and I was like, all right, I'm gonna learn how to do all of these. So I was teaching myself and put out the ad with like all of the services on it. So I put out my first ad on Craigslist in March of 2012, okay? I wasn't expecting to hear back from anyone anytime soon, but I had my first call that night, which was super exciting. Did her hair that week, which is like Senegalese twists, which they were good braids, they were cute, but I didn't really know what I was doing, but it was kind of one of those things like you learn as you go. So every time I would do the style, I would learn how to tweak it and learn what was the best way to do it for me. My first client told her friend, and then I did her friend's hair, and it kind of continued. Word of mouth was a big thing. I had made these little cheap business cards on Vistaprint, and they were ugly. They were like green and black, and they were so gross looking. I hated them, but they were cheap and I was like, it's something. So I would go on the downtown mall in Charlottesville and I would hand out my business cards and had printed out this little flyer with different styles, and honestly they weren't even pictures of my styles. It was pictures of just like people with their hair done because I didn't have any pictures. So I was just putting those all over the place downtown. I had a job working for this salon downtown, which it was a predominantly white salon. I had no place being there, honestly. My clients were uncomfortable there. People would like gawk at my clients' heads, and you know how white people are. I mean, they're like, oh, that's how you do it, or I was like, this is not good for my clients. They don't like this. I actually had stopped going during normal business hours even because it was so bad and people were so uncomfortable that I was like, well, come after the shop is closed. people would see me doing hair in the window, and they would like knock, and I would give them my card, and they would come back and get their hair done. So that was a good little like launching platform, but it was just too many problems with the salon. I didn't like the salon environment. I decided to leave. When I decided to quit, I was like terrified. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make money on my own, but I'm gonna try really hard to take this seriously. I was like, well, I've always gotten my hair braided at home. Clients are most comfortable at home. A lot of my clients are single moms, or they're young professionals or whatever. Like it's better for them to be at home. They can do their work, they can watch TV, they can take care of their kids. So I was like, home is the place for braids. So I started advertising as a mobile braiding company, and that got me significantly more people, because they're like, oh, you come to the house, that's great, I love this idea, this is a great business model. And so I did that, over the years, had worked in some other braid shops, didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to really like change my mindset, to view it as a potential brand and view myself as a business person. It wasn't until I found this podcast called Side Hustle Pro that I really started to change the way that I was looking at my business. So Side Hustle Pro brings in successful Black women entrepreneurs, like the women who've created Curlbox and Carol's Daughter and Yummy Spoonfuls. These are all Black women who have started these successful companies, and I started listening to this podcast. I was like hearing some parallels. I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, let me, rebrand. I changed my business name to Luxie Hair Services, and I got a website. I started building my social media presence. I had a friend helping me with like advertising. I was like paying her like $11 an hour, my unofficial assistant. I was working with this web-based application called Canva, and that's just to create like professional looking graphics and stuff like that. So I made myself like a little logo and little banners and stuff for these social media accounts. Started to see like some major changes in the types of clientele that I was getting based on how I was like advertising and presenting myself online. So once I had a more cohesive look, everything kind of set up. Like I had my online booking system set up, Styleseat. I pay monthly to use it, and I can basically process my clients' payments. They can look at my pictures, they can rate me, they can look at my schedule, and Styleseat tracks my financial information, provides analytics so that I can see where I'm growing, see what styles are trending. Styleseat is the whole package. Like if you are in the beauty industry, you need to use Styleseat, because when I tell you that site has changed my entire business, like, man, I would not be where I am right now without Styleseat. Since I've put out that first Craigslist ad in March of 2012, I now have 580 clients in Virginia, and I have seen an increase in my sales by like 360-some%. I paid off Sally Mae. I just bought a little Fiat. She's cute, she's adorable. Her name is Fifi Balenciaga, and I love her. I'm just really thankful. I'm thankful every day, and I kind of can't believe that it is where it is. Like when I see like the numbers in Styleseat changing and increasing, I'm like, whoa, we out here, man. Like we're doing it, it's crazy to see it, and I'm so glad, I'm so thankful. And there's some new projects brewing, possibly some online store situation stuff happening, maybe, but I'm not gonna tell you what exactly, because I need to wait for it to actually be happening, and then I'll tell you. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. Hold on, let me see how much time I have left on the camera. So I had dropped out of college in 2012. I started classes again last August at UVA in Women, Gender, and Sexuality, and I just graduated May 21st, and I was continuing with Luxie while I was in school, which was super hard. It was so hard, like so many tears, but we made it. We're done. So that's exciting. I'm excited to share this journey with people because it's still going. It's still ongoing. Like, I'm not at the point where I'm ready to stop Luxie. I'm not at the point where I'm ready to, to throw in the towel yet. I'm really excited to continue with this and continue to grow and continue to build my team. I have my assistant Gloria, who's been amazing and helping with my social media presence, and I'm excited to continue to find people to help me with this. I hope that I covered everything. I think so. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me on Instagram. My personal Instagram is at Hello Destiny Right. I'll provide that at the end of this video. My business Instagram is Luxie Hair Services. That's Luxie Hair Services. And I'm on Twitter at DANI MFKN and yeah, I'm hiring. You want to make some money? Can you braid? Please contact me because I need help. My hands can't keep up, okay?